Hello and welcome to News Across Nigeria. I'm Imana Amawe. Coming up on the program today, the Inspector General of Police arrives in Benue State as plans get underway to enforce law and order. UNHCR gives assurance to Cameroonian refugees that they'll be taken care of. And victims of the Pen Cinema demolition in Lagos speak up on their ordeal. Welcome to the program that brings you news from the length and breadth of Nigeria. The Inspector General of Police, Ibrahim Idris, has assured Benue State residents that those involved in the killing of over 70 farmers will be brought to justice. Mr. Idris is in the state in compliance with the presidential directive to relocate and halt the ongoing killings by suspected headsmen. The IGP explained that 3 counter-terrorism units have been deployed, assisted by aerial surveillance, especially along the Benue, Nasarawa and Taraba state border communities. Governor Samuel Otom asked the IGP to arrest the leadership of Miyetti Allah, Kautal Hore, for justice to prevail, while restating his allegation that the Fulani militia are camped in Tungwa, our local government area of Nasarawa state. And Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello has signed into law the Administration of Criminal Justice Bill passed by the State House of Assembly. While performing the function in Lokoja, the state capital, Governor Bello explained that the slow pace of dispensation of criminal justice has hindered the development of the state since its inception over 26 years ago.
Kogi State, north-central Nigeria, with people like others all over the country going about their business, like these 2 girls, to make ends meet and have a better life. And for that life to be made better, justice is key. And the Kogi State government is signing a bill into law which will speed up the dispensation of criminal cases, which the governor Yahaya Bello says has hindered development in the state.
Before we go into the program of this ceremony,
it's called the Bill of Administration of Criminal Justice, which has been passed by the State House of Assembly. And members of the legislature and the Ministry of Justice and government functionaries are here at the Government House, Lokoja, to witness the signing.
Your Excellency, I will still appeal, as important as this bill is, would want to request that we need to sensitize and educate the public.
The State Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice expounds the virtues of the bill.
The Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is very clear on the role of the 3 organs of government: the executive, the judiciary, and the legislature. The legislature is charged with the responsibility of making laws for the good of the people. And that is exactly what you have done by passing this law, by passing this bill into law.
The signature of the governor appended on the bill signifies the administration of criminal justice of Nigeria is now domesticated in Kogi State. The governor says this will help in the decongestion of prisons.
It is often believed that justice delayed is justice denied. In Kogi State, we are committed to the administration of dispensation of justice as speedily as possible, and hence we have this today.
Kogi State now joins 7 other states across the country that have domesticated the administration of criminal justice of Nigeria.
And the Enugu state government has announced its readiness to partner international donor agencies to tackle malaria head-on in 2018, beginning in the first quarter of the year. According to the State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Finton Ekochi, who briefed journalists after the State Executive Council meeting, the state will in the coming days pay a commitment fund of $100,000 to enter the nominal list. The partnership, which is the first since the inception of the government in 2015, will supplement the state government's effort and further reduce the maternal and infant mortality rate, which has been on the average.
To qualify for funding from the World Bank, a commitment fee is required. The governor of Enugu State and the ESCO yesterday approved the commitment fee to be paid. This commitment fee is $100,000 US. With this approval, we are sure that we will make the nomination list, because it's not all the 13 states selected that will actually have the funding. It is good news. We're optimistic. As I said, we have all the other requirements on ground already. So with this, Enugu State can go into active malaria control, and even in a multidisciplinary action pattern with other ministries, environment, works, because malaria has to do with eradication of flooding and drainages and distribution of mosquito nets, and making affordable or even subsidized malaria treatment for under 5 children, pregnant women, and even adults. So the program which we are looking forward to embarking is called the Impact Program.
The Enugu State government has announced its readiness to partner international donor agencies to tackle malaria head-on in 2018, beginning in the first quarter of the year. According to the State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Finton Ekochi, who briefed journalists after the State Executive Council meeting, the state will in the coming days pay a commitment fund of $100,000 US to enter the nominal list. The partnership, which is the first since the inception of the government in 2015, will supplement the state government's effort and further reduce the maternal and infant mortality rate, which has been on the average.
To qualify for funding from the World Bank, a commitment fee is required. The governor of Enugu State and the ESCO yesterday approved the commitment fee to be paid. This commitment fee is $100,000 US. With this approval, we are sure that we will make the nomination list, because it's not all the 13 states selected that will actually have the funding. It is good news. We're optimistic. As I said, we have all the other requirements on ground already. So with this, Enugu State can go into active malaria control, and even in a multidisciplinary action pattern with other ministries, environment, works, because malaria has to do with eradication of flooding and drainages and distribution of mosquito nets, and making affordable or even subsidized malaria treatment for under 5 children, pregnant women, and even adults. So the program which we are looking forward to embarking is called the Impact Program. It stands for Innovative Approaches to Malaria Prevention and Control. Impact. So we're looking forward to participating fully in the Impact Program in 2018.
And as more Cameroonians flee their country in search of refuge in Nigeria, the United Nations High Commission for Refugees and the Benue State government have given assurances that they will be well catered for. The country representative of the UN body, Antonio Kanhandula, and the Executive Secretary of the Benue State Emergency Management Agency, Emmanuel Shaw, gave the assurance during a visit to the refugees in Benue State in the village of Abande.
The sojourn through this road shows that the commuters, who are representatives of the United Nations High Commission for Refugees and officials of the Benue State government, are up to something important. Their journey takes them to Abande village in Benue State and finally to this place. From the paintings on this wall, this building looks more like a school than a residential apartment. But incidentally, that's where these people now know as home. They are refugees who have to flee their motherland in Cameroon in the face of the civil unrest there. The looks on these faces tell that they are not happy about something. Both old and young seem to have a lot on their minds.
Right now, if you go to Cameroon, like Akwaya side, which they know that is francophone, anglophone, everywhere is being surrounded by the multi people. They are even seizing food from our hands. When you go to market, they even go to market, begin to capture us. So presently, as I left Cameroon, I saw 4 souls killed.
Despite its ongoing battle with insecurity, the Benue state government is still able to cater for these people.
We have provided these people with relief materials in form of sleeping materials. We have also provided food. We have provided rice, beans, guinea corn, noodles, and other materials, condiments.
But how many mouths will this pot feed? That's the reason to ask for more.
The Benue state government has put on measures to make sure that we are fine. But there are some certain holes that need to be filled. Like one of the challenges is we don't have a good health condition. Hospital, we have a good hospital here. You may look around, there's no good hospital. We don't have good drinking water. We drink streams.
There are promises from the United Nations High Commission for Refugees.
Intend to mobilize as soon as possible because the crisis is not only in Benue but it's also in Cross River. We would like to probably establish a presence near where the refugees are, that is in Benue and in Cross River. And that is something we intend to do already this month.
Well, the promises may be enough to lull this child to sleep for now. But he'll need more than just words by the time he wakes up.
When the program returns in a moment, the Lagos state government is assuring business owners and residents in the Pen Cinema area of the state that they'll be duly compensated for the loss of their properties.